Okay, we're going to make some crackers for Christmas. So we can have sort of cream cheese or a bit of brie or even a little bit of pate. Have something to spread it on rather than bread or toast, you know, or things that are not keto friendly. So the first thing you're going to do is measure out 3 tablespoons of linseeds. These are golden linseeds. You can get them with different things in, you know, goji berries and stuff like that, chia seeds as well. But as long as they've got the basic linseed, any of those are acceptable. So 3 tablespoons of linseed. Linseed's great for fibre, and basically it's mostly fibre, so it just goes through. This is psyllium husk. And this is the binder, this is what's going to bind it all together. 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk. 2 tablespoons of grated cheese. Now you are much better grating your own cheese because pre-grated cheese does have a little bit of flour in it. However, we go through tons of cheese, so I just find it easier to buy the pre-grated one. 1 egg, I'm just going to mix that in. Combine all of that, and if you can hear noise in the background and one of the dogs is chewing a toy or chewing his plastic bed, Ted, stop it. And then 2 tablespoons of boiling water, and this is going to activate the psyllium husk. And this is your basic cracker recipe. Now it's going to look sloppy, and what you do is you just leave it sit for about 15 minutes. What I'm going to do, I've got some in the oven at the moment actually. I've put garlic in it, onion powder, black pepper. I'm going to make these with chili flakes. I'm just going to add some seasonings. Make them a little bit spicy. So a little bit of paprika. I'm going to add some crushed chilies, so they're going to be quite spicy, these. Some black pepper. And finally, a pinch of salt. And these are going to be quite spicy crackers. And then just leave that to sit for about 15 minutes and it will thicken up. So we'll come back in 15 minutes. So 15 minutes have gone by, and see how thick it's gone, and that's a psyllium husk. It soaks all the water up and it makes it nice and thick, and that's what's binding it together. So just tip it out onto a greased baking sheet, and I'm going to flatten it down. Keep spreading until it's nice and thin, and what I like to do is just make sure my edges are strong so that when I do cut it up, they all stay together. But it's about 1/8 of an inch. It is really, really thin. Spread it out. Okay, and then that's it. That's going to go into an oven at 170 for 40 minutes. However, after about 15 minutes, I take it out and I slice it up with a pizza cutter, so that it's not too brittle when it's finished to do that. So we'll put it in the oven now, and then about 15 minutes I shall slice it up and then return it back to the oven. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes in the oven. You can see the cheese is just beginning to melt. So all I'm going to do is score the crackers now, so that when they finish baking, because they'll be really, really crispy, they'll be easy to separate. Now, do I make them small or do I make them big? We'll go small because I made the last lot big. And I'm going to return them to the oven now for another 25 minutes. So the cook time is about 40 minutes in total at 170. And there we have the finished product. So I'm just going to separate these again now along the lines that I made, and then leave them to go cold. And I shall enjoy them with cheese and pate over Christmas. I did say I had another batch in. Here's the other batch, they've just come out. I cut them up after 15 minutes so that when they've cooled down, they're very easy to separate. They're red hot at the moment, just come out of the oven. These have got sesame seeds in, garlic, lots of black pepper. What else have I put in? Oh, some mixed herbs, onion powder, so just to give them some flavouring. And you see, they're lovely and crisp. They make really, really nice crackers. So when they cool down, what I'm going to do is bag them up. And I've got I don't know what you call it, one of those bags, the vacuum sealer, and I'm going to vacuum seal them in individual portions so that come Christmas, if I fancy a snack, I can just take out one portion.